What is going on, guys? Today's a bit of a special day. You may be asking, why is it a special day? This video is actually a collaboration video with the channel SubieWoo. They have a lot more followers than me on everything, so that's why it's a special video. If you guys haven't, I have a video of why I bought a Subaru BRZ, but this video is gonna be kind of opposite of what it used to be, or what it was, what that video is. This video is, should you buy a BRZ? Should you buy a Subaru BRZ? You know, I should have thought this out better. The drawbridge just went up, so now I'm like stuck in mad traffic right now. I think the number one thing that really keeps people away from actually buying this car is the question of, is this car practical or not? Now, it all depends on what you define as practical. It's a two-door car, and if you guys did any research on this car at all, you know the back seat is pretty much not usable at all. I've had a third person in the back seat, and if they lay across it, it kind of works out for them. But if you don't have many friends, you only need two seats in the car. If you're not the person that always drives people around, you should be fine just driving a two-door car with pretty much two seats. It's so cool being in Florida. I never see other BRZs or 86s or FRSs in Pennsylvania. This guy might work here because I think I've seen him before, but I gotta take a random picture with him because, I mean, brothers. I've had this issue before. Some guy just said, why would anybody want to see my content if I drive a 100% stock car? I didn't think, you know, being lower and having an exhaust and an intake and being tuned and having other like small things, I didn't know that was stock. I don't understand why people have to make a big point. I think a build is when you're doing stuff to your car and you're making it what you want, but apparently to some people that means your car's complete stock. So if you spend any money on your car, guys, and you're not wide bodied, sorry, you guys are stock. So I am from Pennsylvania and it does snow. So a lot of you guys know that the BRZ is Subaru's only rear wheel drive car, and a little fun fact you guys didn't know, it comes on summer performance tires. Now I did drive the entire winter through snowstorms with these tires and everything. Now, if that's something that scares you, maybe this car isn't for you. I've heard wonders about getting winter tires on this car and driving the snow, and it got rated one of the better cars, like rear-wheel drive cars in the snow. So if you guys have the money for winter tires, then you should have no problem in the snow. But I didn't have winter tires for this car, and I did it completely on summer stock performance tires, and I had some issues, but as long as you're careful and drive slow, you can drive through the snow. So if you're in a snowy state that is primarily snowy, maybe this car isn't for you, but otherwise this car is a lot of fun, and when it does snow, if you're just careful, you should have no problems at all. This car is not the most common car in the world, so if you like attention, definitely buy this car. I get people coming up to me or driving past me or whatever, giving me thumbs ups or just talking to me about my car. So if you like attention, this car is the perfect buy. It's not overly expensive and it gets you a lot of attention. A lot of people think that this car is more than it is, so you will get a lot of questions. Sometimes people give you hate, and Mustangs try to race you a lot, but you'll get over that. So this car just gives you a lot of attention. Now, if you plan on dailying this car like I do, the one thing you are going to ask yourself is, how is the gas mileage for this car? Now, I have some modification done, so modification is always going to bring your gas mileage down, but gas mileage on this car still isn't too bad. I think I average around 25 miles per gallon, which isn't too bad, and that's with mods. So if you take away the mods, you're probably going closer to 29-ish miles per gallon. So gas mileage is pretty decent in this car. This car does have a very small gas tank, which is kind of unfortunate, but at the same time, it's gonna make you feel better when you're filling it up. So in Pennsylvania, it's under $40 to fill my tank. And in Florida, it's a little bit less than that. Gas is a lot cheaper in Florida. It's under $3 a gallon for premium. And that's another thing you gotta consider. You do gotta take premium gas. But since it has a smaller gas tank, it doesn't cost that much to fill it up, so it doesn't feel as bad. Really wanted to film outside today, but it's way too windy. So I think this point is always a good one. So you always want to drive a car that when you park it, you always look back at it after you park it. This car is definitely the car for that. I think talking to a lot of people that have a WRX, you know, which is a very big competitor of this car, obviously a more common choice. People that have also driven a BRZ, yeah, the BRZ is a slower car. by quite a bit of horsepower, and it's only rear-wheel drive. But the way this car's balanced is definitely a lot more fun to drive. Nothing will compare to this car around windy turns or a mountain road or a canyon. This car will always make you smile. This car has 205 horsepower stock, which everyone says it should have more. Personally, I don't think it should have more. I think it is a very good number as it is. I mean, I want to push more, because as a car enthusiast, that's something I want to do. I want to build to reach higher numbers. That's why this car is a very good platform to start on. But this car will make you smile like no other car will. Going around turns is just an amazing feeling in this car. Yeah, your straight line speed isn't the fastest and it's not the most exhilarating thing in the world, but hit a turn against any other car, this car will win, and it's just a blast to drive. So if you're okay with like the main 3 points or 4 points that I said, I think you guys should definitely look into getting this car. We don't see many of these in Pennsylvania. I've seen quite a bit more since I've been in Florida, but overall, this car is the best car I've ever owned, and it makes me smile like no other car ever has. I haven't been in the craziest, fastest cars in the world, but this car just makes me smile, and this car is just an absolute blast. If you guys could think of any other reasons why you should buy a BRZ, put that in my comments. I really think it's a big thing is the fun. You're not gonna have more fun than this car. You can, but no, buy a BRZ. I think everyone should at least drive one of these cars once just to see how it is. If you don't like it, don't buy it. But I think a test drive of this car really will change how you view it. I'm gonna leave you guys off here today. This is gonna be a super duper short video, I understand that. But comment, like, subscribe, keep doing you, do the fun shit. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.